So thus the extent to which you can have like mens rea, the extent to which you can have the criminal logic, the culpability, is constrained by poverty, constrained by one's position in class levels. And then what flows from that argument is that since low-income criminals have more constraints on choice, poverty in particular should be used as a mitigating factor in sentencing, and possibly also in the guilt or innocence. It should directly inform criminal procedure. That's the argument that they make. And they're turning it again with this idea of how the individual and his or her decision making is tied to the broader class structure. There are fewer choices that are available to people of color as a result. That should work its way into how we treat them. What are your immediate thoughts on that? What's your initial gut reaction? Any immediate thought? Just whether you agree or disagree. Yeah, sure. You agree with that? Makes sense? Other thoughts? People disagree. Give it some thought. I'm going to make this a backpack question as soon as we get back on. I'm going to pose this as a question on backpack. Think about it. Because many of you are going to work in this are as currently set up, as currently situated. The criminal justice system does not really take social class into account in this regard, and it's bad. It certainly is not a mitigating factor in guilt or a factor to consider in the guilt or innocence. You might be able to make the argument regarding a crime regime and like mitigating sentence severity, but probably not right. You're the best. So it's not really such in the sense it's not. So that's the argument that Rose is saying. These key decision points, the guilt and innocence decision, especially in the context of trial, and then the sentencing hearing, should poverty be used directly and explicitly to inform the decision making of court action. A really interesting argument. Points to constraints on choice. I think it's a really effective way. Another thing to consider beyond constraints on choice is the presence of alternative in the context of choice. By definition, you need alternatives in order to have choice. If there is no alternative, then there is no choice. There's simply a course of action. If you have to take 2362 in order to get your degree in criminology to university, and this is the only section that's available for you, you have to take it this year, you don't have a choice. Same center is signing you up. You don't have a choice. There is no alternative. If there are alternatives, and those alternatives are viable, all of a sudden you have a prospect of a choice. Where there are no alternatives. Jackie Robinson, who wrote the military here, did not have the choice to be able to stay at the same hotels and eat at the same restaurants as he. The constraints on choice will manifest to be available by virtue of his race. He did not have the same choice. The alternative of staying in the same hotel and eating at the same restaurant with his teammates was not available. The alternative was not present. When there are no alternatives, there is no choice. But when there are alternatives, all of a sudden we have a choice. And what are we weighing when we're weighing alternatives? Two or more alternatives. Well, we are now weighing the cost and benefits of this. Each of those alternatives has benefits cost more than money associated with that. Maybe the rewards are a lot, costs are a lot. Maybe the rewards are greater. The point is that we are discussing each alternative and the benefits and costs associated with each in conjunction with with the other alternative. So alternative A have cost benefits, and then alternative B. We've seen a little bit about the benefits. We talked a lot about the benefits: money, certain power, status, identity, reputation, other different types of physical property. Those are really the benefits of crime. Then we have the costs of, there's getting arrested, going to prison, which is certainly a cost of crime. But there are fears, certainly. It's like, might feel bad. Might feel bad when you do it. So there's like shame, it's a cost of crime. There's a negative reputation associated with it, perhaps. Difficulties later on down the road. So there's stigma associated with the alternative that is crime. And there's all other kinds of benefits. Benefits of crime are obvious and myriad. There are so many benefits of crime. To some extent, when we talk about control theories, you can argue, why are we even talking about why people are motivated to commit crime? There are so many motivations to commit crime, it's basically baked into the DNA of human beings, right? The benefits associated with committing crime must be considered in the context of not only the alternative, but also cost. But the alternative that is crime. Okay. So there's benefits associated with crime. Legal consequences, but also personal penalties. Okay. But then we have the alternatives. In order to have, if there's only one alternative, there's no choice. Okay? You have to commit the crime. It doesn't matter what the costs are. There's only one alternative. Question is, what are the alternatives to crime? There are benefits and costs associated with crime. And we're arguing that maybe there are alternatives to crime. I think we can make that argument. We have alternatives to crime. The alternative, well, what are let's back first. What are we trying to get? We're trying to get money, power, status, identity, reputation, etc. What is the primary alternative to getting those things? What's the primary way that you get money, power, status, identity, reputation? The work. Work. That's the primary way that every single one of you will get money, power, status, identity, reputation. That is important. I've heard about. The primary alternative to getting the benefits of crime is work. Work is the primary alternative to crime. It's the thing of every crime. It has benefits. Work has benefits. But it also has costs associated with it. Also has costs associated with it. For most people, if we're thinking about the choice to commit crime, thinking about crime as choice, maybe we're thinking about crime as rational choice, which maybe isn't totally right. Okay? Maybe, as we talk about between voters, people should be able to assess the evidence effectively, and decision to commit crime is going to be less bad. Okay? A decision to commit crime is going to be less bad, and to be less predicated on because you're not assessing the evidence effectively. Okay? You're just doing it. Okay? Say less bad conversation, you're doing it. You ask for the moment thinking when it you're making a less bad decision toward the end is the same. The end of maximizing utility is always there. But the end of the beginning is money, power, status, identity, and reputations. It's all speaking work. These are also things you can get by work. So to distinguish work from crime, to see them as two sides of the same coin, or basically two alternatives of the same choice, is arguably necessary. To the extent that we think about crime as a rational choice, our entire legal system predicated on the notion crime is a rational choice. That's why people can be held responsible for their actions. We're assuming it's predicated on evidence. You go to prison because you deserve it, because you made a choice. That's our whole legal system is predicated on the notion. Growth and brains are confronting that. They're saying that's wrong because we have constraints on choice for people who experience poverty. Okay? For people who experience poverty, for all different kinds of reasons, in all different kinds of places, the extent to which work is a viable alternative to maximizing utility in order to gain power, status, money, identity, and reputation is weakened. It is less obvious. It's less dramatic. The benefits of crime are weighed in relation to the benefits of work. The costs and benefits of crime together are weighed in the context of the benefits and costs of the primary alternative to crime. If we're thinking of crime as a choice, primary alternative in this choice is work. So crime has costs and benefits, and the primary alternative to crime has costs and benefits. Those are associated with work. So if that's the case, the greater the benefits of work, then the less value the perceived benefits. This is exactly what Hershey was talking about when you talk about saving conformity. There's all these kinds of benefits associated with conformity working. And you stand to lose those by engaging in crime to achieve the same end as work, as conforming. End remains the same. And now you have something to lose. That's why it's the rational element of the social law. Is because there's evidence that if you engage in the criminal act, you're going to lose out on the benefits that are associated with non-crime, in this case, talking about work. So the benefits of non-crime are assessed in the context of benefits of crime, and vice versa. Conversely, benefits can be much more attractive if someone looking the benefits of work are lower. The benefits of crime can be much more attractive if the benefits of work do not measure up. So what are we supposed to do? What are the policy implications? If you want to do that extra credit writing, we can talk about policy. You could do worse than grows and pranks and people who are using credit for the writing side. If you'd like to do that, you could choose worse. A very easy paper to write. I digress. From a policy point of view, what are we supposed to do? Well, if we kind of go back to this picture, there are 4 different buttons that we can press. Right? As a society. There's 4 different buttons here that we can press. What we have typically done as a society is hit the cost button for alternative A, for crime. We keep increasing the cost. We manipulate only the cost. We make them greater. Like we implement law, we implement mandatory minimums, we implement increased rights law, we implement all, we increase police presence, we increase the costs of crime. That's what deterrence is all about. The idea of deterrence is let's match the cost button in this rational calculation such that the costs can be higher than the benefits. But that's only considering the criminal act. So the big problem with deterrence theories is that it's only talking about crime. It's only talking about the cost and benefits of crime. You have to consider the primary alternative to crime, which is what that we can do. We can make the benefits of crime lower. You make the benefits of crime lower. The argument here surrounds like the decriminalization of drugs. You can make the benefits of drug crime lower by this. So the argument goes. We can also manipulate the alternative. Like via public policy, we can manipulate the alternative crime, which is work. The argument here is that crime policy is like labor policy. Crime policy is labor policy. Labor policy is crime policy. If indeed work is the primary alternative to crime for the getting of money, power, status, identity, reputation, then what we do to the labor market is going to be reflected in crime to the extent that crime is rational. To the extent that crime is rational. Really key point that we'll return to as the semester will review that. But we can make the benefits of non-crime greater. We can make the benefits of non-crime greater. Making jobs more available. Being careful about there's all different kinds of things you can talk about. They're making the benefits of disinvestment or being careful about disinvestment. Sending jobs overseas, being really careful about de-skilling, making it so that people can't get low-wage jobs, relatively low-wage jobs that are nonetheless